The adage, better late than never, does not make sense to the pilot. Welcome to section 7 of chapter 22 of the Holy Quran. Chapter 22 being Surah Al-Hajj, the surah devoted to the pilgrimage to Mecca. Namshi, it begins with sign 49. Kul ayuhan nas, inama ana lakum nazirun mubin. Kul, say, ayuhan nas, oh man, inama ana lakum nazirun mubin. I am to you only to give a clear warning. Let me insert the brackets. When I read it without the brackets, let me insert it. Say, oh man, I am sent. I am sent to you only to give a clear warning. 28, 28. That's the note to read against clear warning. It is the messenger's duty to convey the warning in the clearest terms to the wicked. It is no part of his duty to coerce them or judge them. That's the people. Them here refers to the people. Or being on the punishment for them. It's not sent to punish people either. Full stop. That only rests with God. But the warning itself is full of mercy, for it gives the highest hope to the repentant. No, it gives the highest hope to the repentant sinner, who turns and comes to God. We go to the next sign, which is sign 50. That was sign 49. فَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ لَهُمْ مَغْفِرَةٌ وَرِزْقٌ كَرِيمٌ. Those who believe and work righteousness, salihat, amanu, believe, for them is forgiveness, maghfiratun, and a sustenance most gracious, wariskan, karimun, most gracious. 28, 29. Commentary. The sustenance in double inverted commas. The sustenance must be construed in the widest sense. That's not just food, for instance, or means of living only. Spiritual as well as intellectual and physical. Full stop. The reward of righteousness is far more generous than any merit there may be in the creature following the will of the Creator. Creature following the will of the Creator, who is our God. We now go to the next sign, 30. وَالَّذِينَ سَعُوا فِي آيَاتِنَا مُؤَاجِرِينَ. وَالَّذِينَ سَعُوا فِي آيَاتِنَا مُؤَاجِرِينَ. But those who strive against our signs to frustrate them. Ulaika ashabul jahannami. Ulaika ashabul jahannami. They will be the companions of the fire. Jahannami, fire, ashabul, companions. Commentary 2830. It will not be in their power to frustrate God's plan. All they will do is to go further and further down in their spiritual state, deeper and deeper in their hell. We now go to the next sign, which is sign 52. وما أرسلنا من قبلك من رسول ولا نبي إلا إلا أذا تمنى إلا أز إلا إذا تمنى ألقي الشيطان. Let me take it short. وما أرسلنا من قبلك من رسول. Never did we send a messenger or a prophet before thee. إلا okay, before رسول ولا نبي, messenger or prophet. إلا, but before thee, but when he framed a desire, Satan threw some vanity is in brackets, some vanity, into his desire. إلا إذا تمنى ألقى الشيطان في إمني في أمنيته except that sit desire. But when he framed a desire, Satan threw some vanity into his desire. Alka Shaitani, Satan threw fi umniyatihi. Satan threw some vanity into his desire. Umniyatihi, his desire. But God will cancel anything, into bracket vain, that Satan throws in. فَيَنْسَهُ اللَّهُ. But God will confirm, but God will cancel, but God will cancel. فَيَنْسَهُ اللَّهُ مَا يَلْقِي الشَّيْطَانُ. But God will cancel anything, into brackets, vain, V-V-A-I-N, anything vain that Satan throws in. مَا يَلْقِي الشَّيْطَانُ. ثم يحكم الله آياته. ثم يحكم الله آياته. And God will confirm, into brackets, and establish his sign. Whose sign? God's signs. God's signs. Ayatihi. God's sign. God will confirm and establish, into brackets, his signs. Ayatihi. Wallahu alimun hakimun. Uh, for God is full of knowledge and wisdom. Another thing that is special about the Quran, the end of, I've said it several times, the end of most verses or a group of voices with the end of most verses or a group of verses with the invocation of God. Pardon me. We shall go to this note now, 283, no, 2831 and 2832, two in one. Let's go to 2831. Prophets and messengers, into brackets, the distinction is explained in note 2503 of sign 9 of sign 19, pardon me, note 2503 to chapter 19, that's Surah Al-Maryam, sign 51. Viewers can go back there, but I think messengers carry messages, good tidings from God, just like the angels do. Prophets are not. Prophets do not. In other words, every messenger is also a prophet, but not all prophets are messengers. That is what I've seen. But anyway, you can go back and find out. Uh, uh-huh. Okay, let me continue. See chapter, into brackets, into brackets, the distinction is explained in note 2503 to sign 1951, are not human. Prophets and messengers, let me remove the brackets. Prophets and messengers are but human. You see, I'm messing about again. I said not human, no. Are but human. Prophets and messengers are only human. Except the angels. Except the angels who are also said to be messengers or carriers of good tidings. Here, prophets and messengers, other than the angels, are only human. Their actions are righteous and their motives pure. Their motives pure. In Arabic, I think subuh, pure. Full stop. But in judging but in judging things from a human point of view, the suggestion may come to their mind, into brackets, from Satan. Yes, because they are human, certain suggestions may come to their mind. And it's the same Quran, Satan whistles into their ears. He was Yusuf is doing Nas. He whistles into the hearts of men. As I said it before, and this is why I believe Muslims do not whistle. When you have somebody said he, so if you don't do that, that's the practice of Satan. All right, let's see. Their mind from Satan, that it would be good to have power or wealth or influence for furthering God's cause. So Satan will tell the messengers to take advantage of it to amass wealth. You control all these people to make wealth out of it, forgetting that no messengers are no present day politicians. Generally, anyway, not all of them. Mm. Okay. Uh, Influence for furthering God's cause, or that it may be good to conciliate some faction which may be irreconcilable. It may be irreconcilable. Full stop. In fact, in God's plan, it may be the opposite. Maybe the opposite of what Satan suggests to them, to the messengers. God, in His mercy and inspiration, will cancel any false or vain suggestion of this kind and confirm and strengthen His own commands and make known His will in His signs or revelation. Indeed, not only messengers and prophets, but true believers. If you're a true believer, you know that Satan whistles evil suggestions into your ears. But for good believers, God cancels such wicked suggestions. My Nigerian brothers will say wicked, wicked, cut suggestions or revelations. Make known His will in His signs and revelation. We go to the next note, which is 3:2, 2832. It's against wisdom. God is full of wisdom, knowledge, and wisdom. And that is part of His wisdom that we are dealing with here in this Quran. That is part of His knowledge and wisdom that we are dealing with in this Quran. 2832. The clause and the similar clause at the end of the next verse are parenthetical. Parenthetical. I spelled parenthetical before. Parenthetical. Parenthetical. I said, it's nice to be in school. Yeah, I have to spell something. When you call the word, when you spell, then you call it again. Oh my God. All right. The 28th, 32 to sign 52. We now go to sign 53. Uh, Liyuch Allah. Liyuch. Liyach Allah. Ma yalki ashaitani. Ma yalki ashaitani. Fitnatan. Lillazina fi qulubihim mardun. That he may make the suggestions thrown in by Satan but a trial. Fitnatan. Fitnatan, but a trial. For those in whose hearts is a disease. في قلوبهم مرضا. في قلوب للذين للذين في قلوبهم مرضا disease. To those للذين in whose hearts في قلوبهم مرضا is a disease. وألقي سية قلوبهم وألقى سية قلوبهم. It's a disease. Let's see. It's a disease. And who are hardened of their heart, and who are hardened with their heart. Well, al-kasiyatan kulubuhum wa al-kasiyatan kulubuhum. Uh, it says this, and who are hardened of heart, and who are hardened of heart, and who are hardened of heart. Well, kasiyatan kulubuhum. وإن وإن الظالمين لفي شقاق بعيدا وإن الظالمين لفي شقاق بعيد. uh, Verily, verily, the wrongdoers, zalimina, are in schism, far, into brackets, from the truth. Mm. Shikakin, schism is spelled uh, Schism. Schism, division, if you like. The wrongdoers are in a schism, far from the truth. Mm. You remove the brackets, it reads, for verily the wrongdoers are in a schism, far. The far here, the ordinary man cannot understand it. And so there is bracketed from the truth. I think if I were to read it, I would just think, I would ask myself, far from what? Far from what? It is far from the truth. So the wrongdoers are in schism, uh, far from the truth. That's division of mind or doubts, mm, far from mind. Pardon me if that's not the case, but I think that's the case. And that was note 2834. No, that was sign 53. That's sign 53. We go to the notes 2 in 1, 2833 and 2844. 33 is against the word trial, fitnatum. 883. If any suggestion comes to the human mind that is not in accordance with God's will and plan, it has two opposite effects. Colon. To evil minds, it is a trial. To evil minds, it is a trial and temptation from the Satan, a shaitan. Mm. In English, we don't say we say from Satan. In Arabic, is uh, from the Satan. In English, from Satan. In Arabic, from the Satan. And this translator is translating this as in Arabic, from the Satan. But to the mind of well instructed in faith, it stands self condemned. It stands self condemned at once and becomes a means of strengthening the faith and stimulating and stimulating and stimulating redoubled efforts to condemn, to confer, to conform to the will of God. Let me repeat that. Uh, and temptation from the Satan to the mind, well instructed in faith. Let me still go back. Let's see. Mhm. To evil minds, this is what I was looking for. To evil minds, it is a trial and temptation from the Satan. Mm. But to the mind well instructed in faith, It stands out self-condemned at once. So the suggestion is already, the woman condemns it at once, mm, and becomes a means of strengthening the faith and stimulating redoubled efforts to conform to the will of God. Mm. So, like I said, you see somebody suffering before, I said before, you see somebody suffering and you can help. You want to help, and something tells you, no, why do you help this fellow? He is so and so. His character is this and that and that. That's Satan preventing you. Mm. But you will strengthen your faith and conform your ambition, confirm your ambition. Whatever he is, at the present time, he's suffering, he needs help. Let me give it to him. Mm. The will of God and efforts, redoubled efforts. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Redoubled effort and confirm your effort, make your efforts more solid. Redoubled efforts to conform to the will of God. The will of God means that this man is in distress and or this fellow is in distress at that particular time and needs help and needs your help. That was 2832 commentary to sign 52. We now go to sign 53. It's a direct continuation of sign 52. ليجعل ما يلقي الشيطان فتنة للذين في قلوبهم مرض. No, I haven't read it. Mhm. That he may make ليجعل the suggestions thrown in by Satan ما يلقي ليجعل ما يلقي. The suggestion is ma thrown يلقي الشيطان thrown in by God. Mm. Fitnatin, but a trial. There is commentary to the word trial. Let's go on. ما يلقي الشيطان فتنة الذين في قلوبهم مرض. For those in whose hearts is a disease, مرضا في قلوبهم, whose hearts الذين those في قلوبهم مرضا. He said, in whose hearts is a disease. Well, والقاسية قلوبهم والقاسية قلوبهم uh, harden their hearts. Mm. وإن الظالمين لفي شقاق. Am I repeating this? Okay, let's go. Oh, في قلوبهم وألقى وقاسية في قلوبهم وإن الظالمين لفي شقاق بعيد, far away. I think I read the wrong. Sign. Okay, no problem. Let's go on. We go to note. I read the wrong note rather. We go to note 2833 and 2834. 2833. 2833. Against the word trial. Mm. If any suggestion comes to the human mind that is not in accordance with God's will, it has the opposite effects to evil minds. It is a trial and temptation from the Satan. I've read it, from the Satan. I read it, but misquoted the number. Mm. Okay, no problem. There's no harm repeating it. From the Satan. But to the mind, self-instructed in faith, It stands self-condemned at once and becomes a means of strengthening the faith and stimulating redoubled efforts to conform to the will of God. Pardon me, viewers, for the repetition. 28, 24. Compare chapter 2, sign 10. I understand the disease in the heart. Madden fi kulubihim, fi kulubihim, madden, into brackets, the disease in the heart. I understand the disease in the heart to be an earlier state of curse, which leads in an intensified form to a complete hardening of the heart, which leads in an intensified form to a complete hardening of the heart. So the hardening of the heart starts with a disease, maybe some tiny disease, and grows and grows and grows, and it becomes hardening of the heart. And that's note 2834 to sign 53. We now go to sign 54. Oh, viewers, I think we break here. Let's break here. And when we come back, we begin with sign. Yes, we rather begin with sign 54. Thank you very much. Illa lekai. Bye bye. Au revoir. May God be with you all.